Hi, welcome to A Few Minutes. I'm Good Benman, your wishy-washy host, here with my swimmingly cool guest,
Laurence Murphy.
Laurence Murphy. So today we're gonna talk about some stuff, scuba diving, one of the cool things that's coming up. But first, I just want to say we took our mock AP today, very tired, so it might not be as high energy. How was your mock AP?
You're asking. Okay, it was not bad. I think I went okay, and that's probably how like everyone else felt, because I think a lot of people just kind of try to, and that's kind of cool. So, yeah.
I still got Mansa Musa on my mind. I'm still thinking about that. That guy was crazy in high school. Did you ever go to one?
Empire guy?
No, did you ever go to one of his parties? Dude, they were crazy.
Well, what did you see at his parties? Huh?
No, anyone that was anyone got invited to Mansa Musa's parties.
So I'm nobody?
I'm sorry. You'll make a comeback. Okay, so I was gonna ask you about. I've heard that you're a world-class scuba diver, close to world-class. How do you get that title? How long have you been scuba diving for?
I wouldn't necessarily say like world-class, but I'm certainly one of the best scuba divers, certainly for my age. It really just takes a lot of practice, a lot of skill. But in order to get that skill, right, the secret that people usually don't do is mastery of the basics, right? Because it's sort of like math, right? You need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide before you go on to do all the other stuff. It's sort of the same with a lot of other skills, including scuba diving. So you just have to learn how do you scuba dive, and then how do you scuba dive well, and then go on beyond that. So that's sort of how I've gotten to where I am, I suppose.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what I was gonna ask next. Is I was like, say I want to get into scuba diving. Like, what do I do? Do I just go to my nearest lake and just jump in? Cannonball!
No. So, it's not too difficult. If you're just looking to like be a regular, scuba diver, go down a few times and just have fun, you could pretty much trust any certified instructor. The thing is, you probably would want to get trained by the right instructor, because in the scuba industry, it's made for money, like any industry is, right? And scuba would be no different. So their goal is to train you as quickly as they can, so that way you can go out and do whatever you want. So train right, but also don't put your head over that too much.
Yeah.
Right?
What was I gonna ask? I forgot. This is some strong stuff.
Well, the Arizona tea? What's in it?
Arizona tea.
Yeah. What beyond Arizona tea?
Okay, I was gonna ask, do you have Arizona tea? Anyways, I was gonna ask, do you have any like crazy scuba diving stories, like anything like insane that happened?
Essentially, what happened is, you're on a limited air supply, right? Because you just have a tank or 2 tanks or whatever with you of air. What you have to do is you have to make sure that you don't run out and that you have enough to get out, right? Well, when I was like young, I was probably like 11 or something like that at the time. I knew that, but I kind of disregarded it, and so I was quite literally at about like 40 feet, which is pretty deep for any usual diver. And I ran out of air, and I was only with one other person, right? And so that one person, right? As soon as they saw that I ran out of air, they quickly and immediately rushed to get me, on what's like called a regulator. It's the thing that you breathe out of that goes like, like the mechanical thing, right? And that was probably one of the scariest experiences of my life. But that was fun. So that was, yeah.
I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah. If I had not been with someone that was smart, yeah, that would have been great.
Okay, so we're good. Before we go into the last segment, just one other question. What do you think is the strongest marine animal that you could beat in a fight, like underwater animal?
Strongest marine.
And while you answer that, I'm gonna go get something for our next segment.
Okay. So hammerhead shark. Okay. So the reason is sharks seem really intimidating, but if you know what you're doing, they're really stupid, right? It's sort of like with spiders and like scorpions and insects. They're really intimidating if you don't know much about them or how to deal with them. But once you do, it's really easy to deal with them. So I would most certainly do like a hammerhead shark. Once it starts approaching you, just push it up and then it like goes. Yeah.
All right, so I think you know what's about to happen. So our previous guest, which is actually right here, Gael Garza, picked some songs to put on a CD. Now these songs were from the AVP movie, but yeah.
What was the movie called again?
It's called After Hours.
After Hours? Okay.
So this is my gift to you
Okay.
from the show. So now you have to pass it on. So you gotta pick some songs that you would want more people to hear for the next person.
Ooh. Oh, that's okay. That's a difficult one. I did not realize that was going to happen. Okay, maybe like Guns N' Roses. We could do probably their most famous song, Sweet Child of Mine. I think everyone, that likes rock likes that song. Quite a big fan of Pink Floyd. I think if anybody knows me, they definitely know that. So I'd probably do Time by Pink Floyd, because that's probably their most famous song, right? Hotel California. Just because I like that song, it's a pretty cool song. I think anyone who listens to it would enjoy it.
If you had to share one song with the world, like your favorite song, what would that be?
But I watch it on a plane.
Oh, it's from the show Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just came out real life. Bye.
This has been a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.